All right. Once again, thank you so much for being here this morning. My name is Travis Flaherty, and I'm very excited to share this information with you. And I want to just start by talking a little bit about what's happening right now, the excitement, and the reason why we're holding this special webinar on a Saturday morning. The reason why we decided to do this call and why we've been doing calls literally every day this week is because we are in the process right now of launching a new company called Kuvera. There is a lot of buzz right now out there in this industry, not just about our company, but about the cryptocurrency markets. Crypto is just hot. I mean, plain and simple. Everyone is talking about it. Everybody wants to be a part of it. There's a tremendous fear of missing out right now. And there's also a tremendous opportunity in the network marketing space. You know, right now, because crypto is still so new, it's kind of like the wild, wild west in the crypto space, especially when it comes to network marketing. You know, I always say that we as entrepreneurs, we get paid to solve problems. And the bigger the problem, the more that we get paid. And right now, if you look at crypto MLM, I mean, it's really interesting. I would dare say that 99% of the companies that are out there are operating in the gray area at best. And I'll give you just some examples to start off with. You know, first of all, whenever you see a company that's doing some type of an ICO in the network marketing industry and they're offering some type of a token or some type of a coin, that usually means that they're fundraising. And there's nothing like saying to your distributors and your team, hey, look, we don't have a bunch of money yet. We're going to go launch this company, and we hope to be able to make money off of our downline, and we hope to be able to raise enough capital to go and do this. And so whenever I see ICOs with tokens or something like that, I would recommend turning and running the other way. You see companies that are offering guarantees. And what I would tell you is there are no guarantees. These companies have all imploded because you have to ask yourself, why are they doing guarantees in the first place? In many cases, it's because they're trying to raise capital on the front end so that they can go out and acquire or get themselves in the door with some type of a mining company. You know, the reality is that the barrier of entry to get into mining at this scale, to be able to do it at a level that you can scale it with a network marketing company is extremely difficult and extremely expensive. And so a lot of companies out there are offering guarantees to solicit people coming in the door where they will pay the money. And then, of course, they're taking that money with the hope to pull it together and eventually go buy equipment. There's a couple of problems with that. Of course, number one, we've already identified there are no guarantees in network marketing. Number two, anytime that you pull funds together, it becomes a security, and that is illegal. So, and again, almost 100% of the companies that are out there right now are pooling funds. You know, another big red flag as I started to research this industry and look at a number of these companies out there is there's no owners. Like, you can't figure out who the owners are. There's no proof of mining whatsoever. A lot of times they're pre-selling contracts for leases with the goal to buy that equipment. And again, we even have companies that are saying, look, hey, this is our mining company. We're mining with, XYZ mining company. And then the mining company comes back a few weeks later and says, we've never even heard of you guys. And so I share this with you because, again, most companies are playing in the gray area, and we want to be the white hat in this space. And I'm going to start, and that actually is perfect to segue into the disclaimer here, because number one, it's important to always protect the house. Number two, I want to let everybody know right up front, this is not get rich quick. This is a great business opportunity, but I'm not a financial advisor. Past performance in cryptocurrency, just like in the stock market or anything else, is not indicative of future results. And you know what? Significant losses can and will occur while participating in market activities. We're not experts. We're not market experts. We're here just sharing our opinion and our enthusiasm and our excitement and our belief in the cryptocurrency markets with you. And of course, cryptocurrency mining profitability depends on the current price and the difficulty of the currency being mined. So just want to put that right up front. I believe that it's important to set the right expectations right from the very beginning. Now, let's talk a little bit about who Kuvera is. First of all, number one, we are a 4-year-old company. I like this because we already have the customer service figured out. We're already doing business in close to 50 countries around the world. We have the infrastructure. We have amazing leaders that have been in business for 20 years in the financial education space. The company name used to be Wealth Generators, and right now you will still see the name Wealth Generators on our website and our back office. The reason for that is because we are in the process of going through a rebrand. Now, let me explain what a rebrand is, because a lot of people think, oh, they're just changing their name. That's not the case. A few of my business partners and I came together on a project about 4 years ago where we rebranded a company. And that included not just changing the name, but the entire branding, the website, the back office, the products, even down to the field leadership and the compensation plan. And that is exactly what is happening here right now. So we're excited to report that coming up here in March, we will be fully rebranded and relaunching the company called Kuvera. But again, we get the best of both worlds because there's so much risk that comes with a company that's just launching. We're a 4-year-old company with all of the infrastructure that we need, and yet we are now shifting and focusing 100% on the cryptocurrency markets. We are a publicly traded company, and this is very important. The parent company is InvestView. You can go look them up. We're excited about this because it's all about transparency, right? The numbers are the numbers. All of our transactions are recorded on the ledger. We have to file with the SEC. So this is something that's a big part of what we are doing. In fact, I would dare say, at least I know, we are the only publicly traded company that I am aware of that is operating in the cryptocurrency MLM space in the North American markets and perhaps even around the world. We are a crypto education company. There is no shortage of people right now that are wanting to learn more about cryptocurrency. And so we are filling that gap, and we've got some amazing products that are doing that. We also are offering state-of-the-art mining equipment. So we essentially lease the equipment, or we sell the leases of the equipment, and then we are strategically partnered with one of the largest mining companies in the world. This company is currently doing over $300 million in mining. And what's really neat, and this is one of the biggest differentiators between us and anyone else that you may encounter in this space, is that we are strategic partners with the mining company. They have a vested interest in our success. Therefore, we don't have to go raise capital to get into the mining industry. We already have a partner that is facilitating all of our leases. We provide proof of mining. So here within the next couple of weeks, as we move into the rebrand, every one of our customers will receive proof of mining. We actually give them a serial number of their own equipment, which is very important. And once again, we're not providing any guarantees. We're not pooling funds here. We are headquartered, beautiful office in downtown Salt Lake City. If you're ever in Salt Lake, you're more than welcome to come by and meet the owners and meet some of the executives. I believe that our VP of Sales, Mr. Lance Conrad, is on his presentation today, and I know that he would love to give you a tour of the office and say hello. So let's talk a little bit about what people are saying about cryptocurrency. For me, I have to tell you guys that I was a skeptic when I first heard about digital currency. I didn't know that much about it. And here's the funny thing about this. I've been in the network marketing industry for almost 14 years. I get paid and I teach people that the most expensive thing is a closed mind. And yet when digital currency came my way and when people started approaching me about, Bitcoin over a year ago, I was like, I'm not interested. I didn't even take the time to learn what was happening. And you know what the height of all stupidity is? It's forming an opinion without knowing all the facts. The truth is as I started to do my research and homework, what I found is that most of the thought leaders today are supportive and big believers in digital currency. Bill Gates, for example, says the future of money is digital currency. So let's go back to the beginning. Where did it all start? So if you're kind of curious about where everything started, it started with Bitcoin back in 2008. Now, what most people don't understand, they think that Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. Bitcoin shares the stage with over 1,400 other coins today. But it started back in 2008. It was the first decentralized currency, and the key word there is decentralized. That means that no one controls it. Think about who controls the money today. The Federal Reserve. They control, when they want to print the money, right? We trust the banks and the central authorities with our money. They have complete control over it as to what amount of money needs to be printed, what amount of money needs to be circulated. And in most cases, there's nothing transparent at all about these central authorities. So cryptocurrency is this idea that we can take back power and control of our own money, and we can transact in a better way. And it provides us with a currency and a payment network that we can control ourselves, and we don't have to rely on any single entity to create or to help us transact. So essentially what it is it's an open ledger. It's all about transparency. My personal opinion is crypto's here to stay. And the reason for that is because it's faster, it's cleaner, it's more accessible, it's harder to counterfeit, it's cheaper, it's free of government oversight, and it gives you the ultimate control over your money. And when you see major players that are coming into the space and they're already recognizing cryptocurrency as a valid form of currency, it makes you start to say, okay, wait a second. If people like Elon Musk, who can send vehicles that'll up into the orbit now, and one of the biggest, and he's one of my heroes, one of the biggest thought leaders today, believes in digital currency. eBay, Dell, PayPal, Microsoft, Expedia. I mean, these are big companies. And when you go, even Amazon recently purchased a number of domains that was focused around cryptocurrency. In the last week, Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, he put an article out where he talked about how he believes in digital currency as the future, and even hinted to the fact that maybe there may be a Starbucks coin in the future. So when you look at that, you have to say, okay, digital currency, this is where the future is going. The question is do you want to capitalize on it? Do you want to be one of the early adapters that takes advantage of this market, these market trends? I'm also very excited that cryptocurrency is now in 96 countries. The reason for that, Warren Buffett once said, if you can't figure out how to make money when you sleep, you'll work until the day that you die. Well, what's neat is that we've been at this now for maybe about 8 or 9 days since we officially launched our team here. What's exciting is that we've already grown. We have teams launching in Malaysia. We have teams launching in Hong Kong. We have teams launching in Australia. We have teams that are getting ready to launch in the UK. We have teams launching in Canada. Many of them are on the presentation here today. So I'm excited about the fact that we're seeing this grow around the world. Cryptocurrency now has a market cap that has now peaked up over $800 billion. Let me put this into perspective for you. If you were to look at the US dollars currently in circulation, you would see that there's about 1.5 trillion US dollars currently in circulation. And if you look at the cryptocurrency, we're at about 800 billion. Some people even believe that cryptocurrency could overtake the US dollar as far as circulation goes this year. And if you take a look at what's happening to the US dollar right now, has anybody paid any attention to what's happening to the US dollar? It's going down right now. In fact, it's lost more value than it has in quite some time. Another indicator, Coinbase is the largest and most popular place to buy and sell Bitcoin. There's over 12 million users currently enrolled in Coinbase, adding 50 to 100,000 people per day. To put that into perspective, that's more than a Charles Schwab brokerage. So why do I share this with you? Because it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Even Goldman Sachs admits that it's a real currency. Now, let me ask you, does anybody recognize these guys? They look familiar to you at all, these twins? Well, maybe they don't look familiar to you here, but maybe they might look familiar to you here. So this is the movie called The Facebook, and these are the Winklevoss brothers. The Winklevoss brothers, of course, were one of the original founders of Facebook. They settled and got a lot of money. They took that money and they put it into cryptocurrency. They put it into a mathematical framework that is free of politics and human error. And they've earned billions and billions of dollars now in the cryptocurrency space. They even launched their own coin, Bitcoin ETF, that made it all the way to the NASDAQ and is now being traded on the NASDAQ. So let's talk a little bit about some of the different strategies and ways that people are making money. One of the first ways is just buying it and holding it. I'll give you an example. So a lot of people bought Bitcoin, years ago when it was pennies, and then it was, a few dollars, and it was $100, and they held it, and it went up and it went up and it went up. And yes, it started to come back down again. And markets do that, right? Markets correct themselves. Someone asked me today, what do you think of, or the other day they said, what do you think of the markets coming down a little bit? I says, well, markets will always correct. The key is educating yourself and understanding that there's money to be made on both sides of the coin. So that's one of the reasons why we provide the education that we do. I've noticed that we've started to see a trickle back up effect again, which is pretty neat. But, buying and holding is just, analyzing the marketplace and purchasing coin and holding that coin over a period, sometimes extended period of time. Sometimes it could be a little shorter if you're just trading it. Trading it is a little more intensive, but there's opportunity there if you really pay attention to the markets. Once again, one of the reasons why we provide education so that we can teach people what those highs and lows look like, what to look for. ICOs are new coins, new companies that are launching. It's like the old IPO, company going public, right? Well, this is a company that's launching their own coin, and they're looking to raise capital, and you can sometimes get in for pennies on the dollar. You can go in and you can research the white papers of these companies. You can look at the owner's track record for success, and you can decide if you want to essentially get involved in that company. And then there's mining. And mining is a little confusing at first. At least it was for me when I started to research it. When I hear the term mining, I think of guys that are on their knees or spelunking and helmets and flashlights, but that's not what mining is. My question to you is, what does all this mean for you? What does this mean? Well, first of all, here's what I want you to understand. You're not late to the party. People think they missed out because Bitcoin, has already climbed. Well, guys, I want you to understand that the best analogy I can give you is think back to 1995 when the internet was just launching. People didn't understand it. Some people even said it was a fad and it would go away. But the visionaries that really saw what the potential was, they were the ones that capitalized. And if you think about it, anytime that something comes along that challenges the status quo, right? It challenges the way that things have been done for a long time. What happens? Usually it's opposed initially, right? Sometimes even violently before the early adapters come along and they say, wait a second, this is a good idea. And then they start to push that vision forward. And then what happens? The masses start to follow suit. Guys, we are right at the beginning of the early adapting stage right now. There's so much opportunity here. The wealthiest cryptocurrency players, they have yet to get involved in this space. And you can profit by trading or by providing technology, facilitating transactions, buying and holding, and more. But here's the thing. Some of these things, they require a lot of time. Some of them require a lot of resources, and some of them require that knowledge. But in business, you guys that know me, I love predictable systems that remove the human error component. Simplicity is the key to duplication. I like it simple. And I like to work smarter, not harder. At this stage of my life, I'm looking for high speed, low drag. Not the other way around. And I've been involved in other opportunities that just require a tremendous amount of time and there's not much return. I'm looking for the opposite. And I want to be an early adopter. I've, in my career, in the network marketing profession, I've made a lot of money by just positioning myself at the right time, at the right place, and going to work. Doesn't matter if you position yourself early on if you just don't do anything. But you know what? I believe, listen, every company has a first and a last and a top and a bottom, and I'd rather be first than last. I believe that, timing is critical in business. Don't let anybody tell you different. Fortunes are made and lost just in a matter of just, days or weeks or even hours sometimes. Let's talk a little bit about Aesop's fable for a moment. Some of you probably have heard this fable of the goose that lays the golden eggs, right? And there's this farmer, and he's getting wealthy because he's getting one egg a day, and it's a golden egg, and he goes and he keeps selling them and selling them. Well, you know what? The farmer made so much money that he eventually killed the goose. He thought, well, maybe I can get all the eggs out at one time. The problem is what happened from that point. My question to you is this: which was more valuable? Was the golden egg or the goose more valuable? Well, before you answer that question, let's go ahead and get into what is crypto mining, and we're going to come back to that question in just a moment. So first of all, cryptocurrency mining is essentially, what I want you to understand is digital, right? This is all digital. These are not people that are going into a mine. They're digitally mined rather than produced by a government. And mining cryptocurrency is the act of participating in a peer-to-peer cryptocurrency network to solve complex mathematical sequences or problems digitally. And mining includes two key functions. So first of all, you're adding and securing and verifying transactions to the blockchain, and you get paid for doing so. And you're releasing or producing new currency. What this really, all of this comes down to is there's sophisticated, let me say that again, sophisticated equipment. and software and these machines that require a tremendous amount of power that go out and do all of this. And they're rewarded for doing so. They're rewarded for verifying these transactions to the blockchain. And that's essentially how we get paid. So crypto mining is the goose. It's the goose. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about our crypto mining machines. Crypto mining is hot. It's so popular. But here's the problem. The barrier of entry is so high. Number one, the equipment's expensive. Number two, you've got to know what you're doing. Like these things, I've seen pictures of some of this mining equipment, and I wouldn't even know where to begin putting this stuff together. And not only that, but you've got to know what to go mine for. And then you've got to monitor the difficulty, the hash rates, all of these things. And once again, who has the time? I don't have the time to do all of that. I'm looking for high speed, low drag. And so what I love about this company is that I can leverage their knowledge, their expertise, their equipment, and let them go do what they do best, and I get paid. It just makes sense to me. So what are we currently mining right now? We're mining Ethereum Classic, Dash, Monero, but any coins can be added at any given time. In fact, we use a proprietary algorithm to determine the most profitable cryptocurrencies to mine at any given time. And what's cool about that is that it diversifies what is being mined to reduce some of the risk associated with mining cryptocurrency. So let's talk about some different options. We really have something for everyone. So we have something you can get started for as little as $500. It's a 1,200-day mining contract. So essentially what you're doing is we're selling the lease. The mining company is fulfilling that lease. So this is very important. This is a critical part of our plan that separates us from our competitors. We never touch your money. We never touch your money. So when you set up your lease contract, you get a contract directly with the mining company. You'll get verification or proof of mining in the form of a serial number of your equipment. From that point forward, it takes about 7 to 10 days to set up. You start getting daily deposits in your coin wallet. This is your coin wallet. We don't have access to your coin wallet. So we have the $500, the $1,000, the $2,500 to $5,000. $5,000 has been the most popular thus far. They go up from there. In fact, we have a concierge service that starts at $25,000 and above, and we've got some higher players that want to get involved at a higher level. One thing that I love about this is in business, especially in network marketing, do you know how many people have come to me and said, Travis, look, if there's a way that I can just put my money into something and not necessarily have to go recruit or sponsor people, and I can make money, let me know. But I don't want to go build a team. Guys, this is the first plan that I've ever seen that a customer can literally make money without having to go sponsor someone. And if you truly understand the power of that statement, when in relationship to network marketing, you understand how big this opportunity really is. So let's talk a little bit about the logistics. There's a one-time $99 setup fee per contract. After the lease contracts are executed, mining will begin within 10 business days. Just a reminder, that's 10 business days. It can be sometime sooner. The mining returns are paid in Ethereum. So your coin wallet must accept Ethereum. And our contracts are currently only available for purchase with Bitcoin and with a bank wire. I want to give you just a hypothetical example here, just so that I want to make sure that everyone truly understands mining and the power of mining. So, if I were to go buy $5,000 of Ethereum today, I'd get around 7 Ethereum. And if I were to spend $5,000 on a mining contract based on today's hash rates, so this is not a guarantee, this can change anytime, but based on today's hash rates, you would end up with 22 Ethereum coin. What I like is that even if Ethereum doesn't go up in value, I'm still winning. And even if it goes down a little bit, I've got some wiggle room. But what happens if it were to go up? What happens if it were to double or triple or go up 10 times or 100 times during that mining period? That's what's exciting. We also have something called the Maximizer. And the Maximizer program is a program that allows you to take the proceeds that you're receiving from your mining equipment, and once you hit a certain level in your coin wallet, another $1,000 in your coin wallet, you can take that money and it'll automatically go repurchase more mining equipment for you. And what happens is if you go out over a year and 2 years and you start to look at the amount of return that you're getting out of the amount of the compound effect is the best way to describe it, that's taking place because of the multiple units that you've now started to create. It gets very interesting very quickly. So that's something that's very exciting that we have. I mentioned that we have a VIP service available at $25,000. We've got some people that are looking at putting 6 figures and even 7 figures into our mining contracts, and that is something that we can facilitate. We've also just released this week our crypto education. It's really, it's exciting. It's called Crypto Edge, and it's $99 to set up. So someone can get started in this company literally for $50 if they wanted to be a distributor. It's a one-time annual $50 distributor fee. And for $99, you're essentially set. You've got your education, you're active, you're off and running and ready to go. We provide foundational education about cryptocurrency. Things like, what wallet should I look for? What are the measures that I should take to protect that wallet? I mean, if I'm dealing with larger amounts of money, is there certain things that I should be aware of? What should I be looking for when it comes to buying and holding, or, when ICOs are released, what are some things that I should know about them? Watching daily traders. So I can literally access daily traders professional cryptocurrency traders live every day via webinar and learning directly from them. There's also all kinds of on-demand resources. And in the next 60 to 90 days, we'll be introducing some additional fun tools and resources. Could be trading bots with proven track records of success, even account mirroring, where you can link up your account to these professional traders and just, hey, look, let them go do what they do. And they're probably going to win some and lose some, but they're going to win a lot more than they lose, and probably a lot more than I would. Buy sell alerts that notify you at certain times when certain things are happening in the market. So this is a phenomenal place to start learning. One thing that I've discovered over the last month or so since I've been talking in this space, having discussions with people in this space, is that people are wanting to learn. All I do is I just ask the question, are you currently doing anything in cryptocurrency? Or have you heard of cryptocurrency mining? And the response is always, you know what, I've kind of heard about it, but I feel like I need to learn a little bit more. That's exactly what the Crypto One education space is. And so we're filling a huge gap right now. And then, of course, the simplicity of getting things started with us. It says 4 steps here. I actually think it's really 3. The overview video and the crypto mining, it's all about crypto mining. That's 1 step, right? You watch an overview video about crypto mining, you purchase your crypto agreement, and then you just set up your wallet and make sure that it accepts Ethereum. And literally 7 to 10 business days later, you start getting paid. Like, I love that. High speed, low drag. That's what I'm all about. In closing today, what I want to say is that, I was looking up different quotes. I was looking up, who can I post, on here? And there were so many different great quotes and people that are believing in cryptocurrency. Again, people I mentioned like Bill Gates and Elon Musk. John McAfee, who started, the McAfee software company, says that you can't stop crypto. It'll be everywhere, and the world will have to readjust. A success mantra that I've always subscribed to is the key to success is just figuring out where people are going and getting there faster. And so, why we are all so excited, and the reason why, there's almost 50 of you here, on one of this is our first week that we've just launched on a Saturday morning when you could be at so many different places, is because we believe there's a tremendous opportunity to make money here. And we have something for everybody. For the person that doesn't want to be involved in network marketing and all, but they just want to come and start learning, great. We've got a product. It's called Crypto Edge. $99 to get set up. You're off and running. For the person that wants to get their mining contract set up, and again, they don't want to play on the network marketing side, that's okay. 3 simple steps and you're off and running and you're getting paid within 10 days. And finally, there's a tremendous residual income opportunity here. I talk a lot about building income-producing assets. I believe that the key to creating true wealth is developing residual income. Residual income is the key to getting back your time freedom to do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. And I will tell you that right now, with cryptocurrency being so hot, and the fact that we are the only publicly traded company that is providing a legal and ethical place for people to come and play in the cryptocurrency space, guys, the sky is the limit when it comes to opportunity. So what I want to encourage you to do is get back to the person that invited you here. We have right now, you can get started in this company literally as a distributor for $150. $50 is your distributor fee. You go get the Crypto Edge education, $150. You've secured your spot during our pre-launch of this team, and you're already learning, you're on the education, and you're on your way to start learning more about cryptocurrency. And then if you decide that you want to set up a mining contract, great, then we can set that up for you and help you do that as well. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, what I see here is a really exciting convergence of forces that's taking place. You've got, you're in front of one of the fastest growing trends in the world today. I believe that this will be the greatest redistribution of wealth that our country has ever seen, and each and every one of us has a chance to be able to capitalize on it. So with that, once again, my name is Travis Flaherty. Thank you so much for joining us today. Get back to the person that invited you here, and they'll help you get started. You guys have a great day today.